Be the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Endra November 15, 2025. Spectacular program be a course ewo TV3. The key points. Na impinimfo kuku dampa ene kopiem academicians wonwa omusua book knowledge to the highest degree, to the professorial level. Professors ni shiaye, doctors ni shiaye, legal brains ni shiaye, even members of parliament in shiaye. Omudi nkomo after Dr. Kesel Atoforce, the finance minister, ekopiem ewo studios of TV3 key points. Oni Alfredo Kansi ekodi nkomo. Na nkomodie mu a ena program no Adane ye after Minister of Finance BPM wo no Adane butu ye ema punches, you say punches, yeah, air fly ena didi atem air fly. Dr. Domfeh ni Professor Gyampo omone the highlight of the show, but you say evidence there no one seeing is believing into yanko hu there. Away no man and Crawford say Adane is saying legal brains and as a professorial brains and as a doctor brains etimi echo to this level and my discussions na Adane say incomodie shall say free. Of course now Professor Gyampo or Kofi Bentel or Roxen the Fiamma and my friend said Dr. Zato Krapo be and Professor Bopin, Dr. Domfeh and so now Dr. Kesel Atoforce nko kam enyema bibria abane ya ama economy na stabilize. Say economy be stabilize ya two things. Dollar no currency fluctuations and a fuel. Currency fluctuations are affecting a lot of goods and services. And a fuel no affect transportation. It is a nyema mienu we ejina bim weti e power so jina bima. Otimu say economy ne nya bim papa ejina. Now Dr. Kesel Atoforce and can about Ghana's economy ni niema ekoso. And a Dr. Domfeh say a niema okoso e to say regime change the NDC na ABBN. And then no correct because gold board maji media moya ebo stabilize the dollar no. And yeah gold board nkwa ye this year 2025 nkwa na nye years ejuma no. Even before time ye from PMC no. And a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Abeka say yemfa ye gold na and stabilize your currency. Omo ye by last minute ejuma. Na ye tons and ye wo increase ya bedu over 30 tons. Increasing from 7 billion in value ebedu 11 billion. Enti say sikadie no ena omo ye no mo chichire no mo friend afi the gold board. Enti mo kan asem bia monyi aban Dr. Bawumia Nsem okaye niema omo ye doing PMC omo yi omaye na mo njai se mo kan te se aban we nkwa na be ye ejuma Dr. Domfeh ni Nsem-Pii kan okaye a Adane bruha no no and also can say agriculture say no baye bro meko ni de keka ho no insuo na top 2025 insuo na top pa and ama enumaye no increase from 2% to 6%. So aban between say waye bibi fronkon ama agriculture na akosora omonka ni entie na nsuo na top in 2025 enti enya aban no nkwansa no dwuma na ama agriculture increase from 2% to 6%. Dr. Domfeh ekasa wiye and Professor Gyampo and my quote because empty barrels make the most noise. And then a trigger point. And or share say then in commercial so a Adane baby Adane. Yankuti incomodie also. Or the key point. Alfredo can say any meaningful way now. I have such a very fruitful discussion after Dr. Kesel Atoforce eko PM ewo studio so.
We have Nelson Nsem-Pii, the majority chief whip and member of parliament for the South Dye constituency. You say he's a strong man. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And then, as we go on, Dr. Zato is also going to be joining us. He's in the studio as well. Please, sorry.
Okay.
You say good morning to your constituents,
Yes,
as usual.
Good morning to my friends, Professor Bokin, Dr. Domfeh, yes, and of course my brother Kofi.
Who you have abandoned?
I haven't abandoned you. It's the work. You know, we are inundated with work, and you can see yourself. Good morning to my constituency, Peki Kwali Togo. Budget was read. It's been well received, and so we hope that as MPs we are ready to go through the post-budget tutelage to be ready by Tuesday for the policy debates.
Okay.
And then after we'll consider the estimates and hopefully pass the appropriation by the 23rd or the 24th of December before Christmas.
Do you have a choice not to pass it?
Yes, we do.
Okay, right. Let's do this. And I'll start off from Dr. Domfeh for good reason. And listening to the finance minister, it's clearly indicated what path he's taking going into 2026. And the three thematic areas that this budget is hinged on: fiscal consolidation, job creation and accelerated economic growth, strengthening security and social sectors. Does this budget give that indication of achieving these objectives? What's the verdict exactly that you put on this?
Yeah, my verdict, but before I come to declare my verdict on the budget, let me quickly respond to my friend Senor Hosi. I don't think I agree with him. If you, I'll just share with Prof. Bokin about the numbers.
You have 5 minutes.
The gold. Gold, if you look at the figures from Bank of Ghana recently, the last 10 years, gold inflows, merchandise gold and inflows never hit 7 billion until 2003, when we hit 7.6 billion for the first time. 2024, it jumped to 11.6 billion. We've never seen anything like that. 2024, there was no gold board. So sometimes attribution, we have to be very careful when we are talking as if everything happening is because of the gold board. Indeed, at the beginning of the year, when it was PMMC and it wasn't gold board, the inflows through PMMC was 506 million. This increased to, it increased to 897 million, almost 900, in April. And gold board started its an operation in May. And so if now we have moved from almost 900 to 1.1 billion, and you think that gold board is doing so much, then we are deceiving ourselves, because it was already doing, the increase was already there when it was PMMC. Let us set the record straight. This is where I have a problem. Things are
so going well. Saying that the creation and intervention of gold board hasn't made any significant.
No. Gold board is fantastic. I like the idea behind it, but it's too early to push to them almost everything that is happening, because as I said, and the figures are here. From Bank of Ghana, gold, the last 10 years, the merchandise gold and inflows never went anywhere closer to 7 billion, but 2023 it hit 7.6 billion. 2024 it moved on to 11.4 billion. Look at the jump. There was no gold board at the time. And if you look at even this year, when it was PMMC, and the data is here, 506 million January. By April, it was 897 million. So it was already increasing before gold board came. And if gold board came, and by September, it has moved to 1.1 billion, 2 million increase. Why are we clapping and jumping as if gold board is doing something nobody has ever seen? That is not supported by the data. And this has been my problem, the attribution. So now let me quickly say that the economy is doing well. Anybody who says the Ghanaian economy is not doing well today doesn't want to tell the truth. It is true, we are doing well, and I have said that we are almost going back to our pre-COVID period, where we were doing well because we were under an IMF, and today we are still doing well because we are an IMF. When you pick the growth, for example, 2019, the economy grew at 6.5%, and at the beginning of this year, the first half of the year, according to the finance minister, yesterday, was it yesterday? 3 days ago, when the budget was okay.
13.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, so he said that during the first half of the year, the economy grew at 6.3%. And that means that we are almost getting to the 6.5 that we had in 2019. What he said that I don't agree with him was that because of the good policy measures that they put in place, the economy during the first half of the year grew 6.3. Yeah, the economy did very well, growing at 6.3. And last year we had the growth rate of 5.7. So, 2003, it was around 2023, it was around 3%. We didn't do well. And 2024, we moved to 5.7. And so, you don't need anybody to tell you that the growth was already, improving. And when we entered this year, if you look at the sectors that are driving the growth, services and agriculture, I haven't seen this government doing anything so spectacular in the agricultural area, for which reason the agriculture sector grew 6% during the first half of the year. Last year, during the same period, agriculture sector grew 2.9%. That was horrible. It didn't rain last year. And so this year, if it had not rained, we would have witnessed the same thing we witnessed last year. And so the good rainfall is the reason, because you may tell me, maybe I don't know, that during the first 6 months, there was a particular agricultural policy that this government implemented that pushed the growth from 2.9% it was last year to 6%. Unless you are able to tell me that. I haven't seen that. I live in Ghana, I move around Ghana, I was in your constituency, I go, working throughout the voter region and multi regions. I go everywhere, I know the data, I use the data to teach, I drink the data, I eat the data, I know all this. So it will be very surprised for you to tell me that NDC, I'm not saying they're not doing well. They've started well. Implementing the PCPEG, I love it. I'm just hoping that at the end of this show, when IMF goes, what will become of the PCPEG? Are we going to continue? That is it. Yeah, but let's if you look at the industrial sector, it didn't do well at all.
2025 budget on agri.
Oh yeah. I like the things there.
So the policies were implemented this year. That's why you see the improvement.
Unless you have agricultural policies
in our 2025.
So which sector did it affect? Is it a crop production, waste?
You say you are in the food.
No, I'm in the field. So I've seen your policies. In fact, the budget that you read, we all did the analysis. That was read in April. That budget was read in April, and we're talking about.
It was read in March.
Okay, March. Yeah. But the implementation started 1st April. It started 1st April. And so within 3 months, NDC implemented a particular, and I want you to tell us, a particular policy that pushed the agricultural sector to grow from 2.9% it was last year to 6%.
No, incredible. I asked you. We had policies on agriculture sector in 2025. You are bringing the improvement down to rainfall.
No, I'm saying that's significant.
No, you are bringing it down to rainfall.
No. I said significant.
So you said when it rains.
You said we had rain. That's why we are having improvement.
In fact, it has always been like that. When it rains, agriculture sector does well. When it doesn't rain, we don't do well. That's what the data will tell you. Indeed. The last 8 years of NDC, the last 3 years, because it didn't rain well, Akosombo even dried, and we had do some. But it really
Akosombo dried.
Oh, let me come because it's
Akosombo flooded.
No, I'm talking about the last 3 years of
Akosombo flooded 3 years ago. No, flooded last year.
So please, I think
I'm just didn't dry up. The water levels reduced.
So I like that. But I'm saying that I'm not talking about 3 years ago. I'm making reference to 2014, 2015, 2016. When again, when the economy struggled, agricultural sector was suffering. At that time, it was not raining. Not only did it affect, the water levels in Akosombo that also brought in it week, Dumso, but it also affected agriculture sector.
What are you saying? In 2024, 2023, the dam overflew.
The dam overflew.
No.
14, 15, 16.
So that's
2014.
Let me finish.
Okay, gentlemen. So you know what?
Something in context. Allow me to flow.
Okay.
So the context that I'm trying to say is that when it rains, we do well, and as a country, it's not good for us. It's not good for us. Let's accept this. I'm not only saying that this year it has rained so well, and I mean everything that has happened to the agriculture sector is because of the rains. I'm saying that significantly because
and that's why the likes of
2015, 2016 when it didn't rain, the agriculture sector
at some point reference that's why the policies like one village, one dam, to solve this situation.
And we didn't see the end
it never happened. It never happened.
It didn't work.
You see,
it didn't work. So we have to be serious with irrigation.
You see, sometimes two sides can be right. Prof. Domfeh is right when he says that rain affects agriculture.
Yes, Dr. Domfeh.
Sorry, Dr. Domfeh, rain affects agriculture. Generally, and I have Prof here, he can correct me if I'm wrong. In economics, there are shepherds and there are transformers. When you see a growth trajectory, all right, is moving from 1 to 2, you can tell that tomorrow it will be at 3, the next day it will be at 4, ordinarily, without intervention. What shepherds do is that they hold things steady. They don't cause damage. And so they allow things to move, and then you get the growth you want. And note that there are people who are damaging directors. People who, when you hand things over to them, they will bring it down. So you are better off with a shepherd. Now, what Prof is trying to say is that if we didn't do anything, nobody put anything in the mix, we will still reach where we've reached. Where I differ with him a bit is this. We would have reached that place, but a little lower. Yeah. Okay?
Yes.
What this government has done is to be a good shepherd to make sure we are not going back. And then they have added a little momentum. That's why I say, if you read a budget 31st of March, effectively, in fact, even in April, it won't take effect.
Yeah.
All right? So you can't say it was the reason for anything that happened within a month. All right? So he's right when he says it's the rain, and that has been true since Kwame Nkrumah. But the difference, and if you ask Prof. Bob, he will tell you that there was a little nudge upwards.
Do you know there are rainmakers?
Oh, I beg.
I'm asking you. And do you know some people naturally, some regime naturally would attract rain?
Okay, let me finish. So our friend, what we need to clean down, and I think Dr. Domfeh, guys, he was saying similar things about gold board, similar things about the currency and other things. It is true that some of the things we are reaping now started back in the last government. We had 30 tons of gold left. Okay? For this government to inherit. As we speak, we have less than 32 tons. They have added just about 2. So Gold Board has done a good job. But like he was saying, my friend Anakwesi, one who was there, did a sterling job and they didn't make any noise. And if you look at the trajectory in PMMC, where they were going, you will see why Gold Board is where it is. So again, they have not damaged anything. They have added some momentum, and that is what we want. That is what we want. So that is correct. But everybody should be gracious enough to give a bit of credit to everybody else. And let's move on.
Let me acknowledge the presence of
share credit. Share credit. That's all.
Thank you.
I don't know why they don't want to share credit.
There is no ratio for that. That's
share the credit.
Okay, please.
I think we professionals should
acknowledge the presence of Professor Gyampo is a professor of political science at heart and the CEO of the Ghana Shippers Authority. Prof, good morning. Welcome.
Morning.
Yes. Let me acknowledge the presence of Martin Pii.
Once you introduce me, you know what I will do. So let me finish.
Wait. When you acknowledge the presence of Martin Pii,
then we come.
Why? Because he's being seen now.
Okay.
Okay, so can I do my ritual?
No, but I've not done mine. How do you do
30
yours?
seconds.
No, but I've not done mine.
So let me do mine. This is just it's a minute each.
Well, so let me use the minute. Let me use the minute. See, I drove in here to see Atufosen's car parked there. Minister of Finance, acting Minister of Defense.
Yes.
He drove in here alone. Okay. He drove in here.
In fact, we didn't know that.
No sirens, no motor skates, no bodyguards. And he came seamlessly here. I said, is that Atufosen? He said, yes. Please,
Yes.
if it is good it is good.
The
If it is nice, it is nice. If it is commendable, it must be commended.
Yes.
Okay? Previously, we would have had the whole place cordoned off.
Yes.
We would have been stampeded here with security, national security, and what have you. I saw my brother, I'm sure Zato would come in here, interacting with the finance minister and telling him about the roads in his area. And then I heard you, Martin, asking, did you have this same opportunity with the previous finance minister?
He never got a handshake.
He never got a handshake.
No, he never got a handshake. He had a hand.
He had a hand with Atoforsen.
Yes.
He will speak for himself. So my point is to commend Atoforsen for the show of such humility and simplicity. Okay? Empty barrels make the most noise. Ato, Ghana is peaceful, but human beings are bad. So at least one bodyguard around you will be good. Don't come here alone without a bodyguard. It shows simplicity and humility. But Ghana is peaceful, but human beings are bad. Right on.
Okay. Yes.
So if people did things well, they must be commended. If people did things right, they must be commended. And if you are celebrating today, and there is a reason for us to look into yesterday, to also see that, well, it did not happen only, from the moon, but it has some antecedent. It's important we do it. But the point is that to also sound like nothing that, all the things that are happening today are as a result of things that happened in the past, creates an impression that then we could have gotten here even if we were on autopilot. Governance was on autopilot, which is an unfair analysis of the situation. See, within 2-3 days or 1 week in his administration, the whole nation was faced with an imminent power shutdown. The whole Ghana was going to be switched off. And when that was about to happen, people started blaming President Mahama, who had been just about 1 month in office, that you've come and then there's going to be doom so. But this was something that a previous regime didn't do. Okay? So we're going to blame it on him. But he stood up and said that I'm assuring you we'll do what we have to do to keep Ghana switched on. So my point is that if Ghana today had collapsed, if the economy had collapsed today, would we have said that it was the previous administration? We would have, the current administration would have taken the blame. And so if things are going on right, and I want to say that no, there's nothing that you are doing, I don't think that it is right. As an academic, when I'm given a dossier to assess for people's promotion, I look at what is right about it, what is commendable about it, what is significant about it, and what the contributions of those dossiers would be to the scholarly, enterprise. When I do that, then I will also go on to talk about the challenges or problems, and then I will draw my conclusion. So my view is that it is unfair for us to look at our analysis from an angle of refusing to give credit when there is due, when it is, you have to give credit, and then always say, no, you have not done anything. If Ghana had been on autopilot, we wouldn't have been where we are. There are things that clearly the government is doing well, and regardless of your partisan political persuasion, if it will not hurt. I mean, I think that we gain a lot of respectability and credibility when we're able to say that this is right, but this is wrong. I don't have to be MPP to say that.
I don't think I can stand here for this. I think it is too much. I have tried to remain very calm. He's a type. I mean, when it comes to credibility,
Dr. Domfeh, no, I think that
you made reference to me and you are hitting me.
So, Dr. Domfeh, I think you would do the program a lot of good if you let me finish. I think you have your
to those who are viewing it and watching us. Be fair to them.
When you round up.
All right. So, Alfred, let me make the point that I think that the program as has been run over the years has been a program. It's been a decent platform. Okay. There were so many things that he said. In fact, I'm not really making